Hello, and welcome to Team 114's final presentation entitled Unlocking Potential Data-Driven Insights for Key Employee Metrics. I'm Maria Jalamov, and I'm joined here by my colleagues Todd and Bob. As part of our project, we worked with Bob, the new CPO of ABC Company. He hired our team to analyze key employee data to assist him in making data-driven human resources decisions. His key question, and our key business problem, was to determine what are the drivers of employee performance, and how Bob can use those drivers to optimize retention, increase job satisfaction, and promote fair compensation. Our main objective was to model performance, since per our discussions, Bob believes performance should be the driver of human resources management. As part of our analysis, we secondarily focused on evaluating promotions, job satisfaction, and compensation. After significant analysis, we determined three key insights. First and foremost, the data that ABC Company currently has is extremely poor. 62% of data entries were removed due to violating logical expectations such as employees having years of experience greater than their biological age or receiving negative bonuses. Additionally, survey responses appeared to have uniform distribution with no discernible trends, and the data itself lacked unique identifiers such as employee ID, as well as other basic information such as job title or date of hire. Unfortunately, this affected all of the various analyses we performed, ultimately leading to our second key insight that based on this data, there is poor performance modeling capability. We found that the best predictor of performance is experience, but with a 0.58 Pearson correlation, we can only say that performance and experience are moderately correlated. After testing multiple other factors, such as job satisfaction and performance, and work-life balance and performance, none were found to be better predictors of performance. Our third key insight was that compensation and promotions appeared to not be driven by performance or merit. In regards to promotions, 80% of employees were promoted at least once in the past 5 years, and a two-sample t-test shows no significant difference between performance of promoted versus non-promoted groups. Essentially, if you work with a company, chances are high that you will get promoted at least once. Similarly, compensation is pretty evenly distributed regardless of key factors such as education, department, or years of experience. For example, employees with only high school degrees actually have a higher median salary than those with PhDs. Based on these key insights, progress into identifying trends in the data was limited despite mitigation efforts. While we were able to create one performance model with moderate predictive power, our team's advice would be that any decisions created based upon this data should be used with caution due to the poor data quality. However, this is something that could be mitigated with better data governance, which will be talked about further later in the presentation. Next, Todd will talk further about the implications of our findings and their strategic value.
Thanks, Maria. I'm Todd Zenner, our Director of Analytics. The key insights that Maria identified for you have significant implications to your business. Given the inconsistencies in employee metrics that we see across all of your business departments, we believe that your existing decision processes for both promoting and compensating employees are likely to jeopardize your ability to successfully develop and retain top talent with associated impacts to your profitability and long-term growth. The scatter plot on this slide shows the counterintuitive general trend of decreasing compensation for increasing performance, which clearly clashes with your CPO's objective to prioritize performance in these decisions. We also believe that your current employee data and survey tools are limiting your ability to understand key performance metrics and trends like job satisfaction, further driving strategic risk in talent management. Ultimately, we believe that addressing these challenges is essential to your business success. And we also believe that there are clear actions you can and should take to address these current challenges. Let me briefly cover our top recommendations. First, we recommend that you develop an improved HR data strategy to address the identified and discussed shortfalls. We're well positioned to help you ensure data completeness, accuracy, and consistency while helping you to rebuild your employee data from the ground up. Second, we recommend that you develop and deploy new employee surveys that utilize improved analytical techniques to ensure you capture more meaningful employee insights. Third, we recommend that you establish a business-wide cross-functional team with key leadership across all departments. That team should collaboratively align and design new compensation and promotion policies centered on performance and experience for CPO approval. Once recommendations 1 and 2 are complete, we recommend that you utilize the improved data set to build more robust predictive models, taking advantage of the work we've conducted for you already. I've included a graphic to show our high-level view of the necessary structure to support these recommendations, and I'll outline the basic implementation plan and timeline on the next slide. We believe that there are 5 phases required to implement our recommendations. 1, establishing a cross-functional team for promotion and compensation guidelines. 2, refining your employee data strategy and overhauling your employee data. 3, developing and deploying new employee survey tools. 4, building more robust predictive models. And 5, finalizing the CFT's work to establish new promotion and compensation guidelines. The overall project timeline is shown, and it takes a deliberate approach to enable strategic communication across the business given the scope of potential change. The resources required include committing key leaders to the CFT, your IT team supporting access and potential changes to your data infrastructure, your HR team supporting developmental efforts, and proper budget allocation for the new work. We also recognize that adjustments to compensation and promotions are likely to result in increased total compensation costs for the business, though we feel strongly that this is in your best strategic interest. We can help analyze those costs as the guidelines are refined and finalized. I'll now turn it over to Bob, our consulting CEO, for his portion of the presentation.
Thanks, Todd. I'm Bob Katz, Consulting CEO. Slide number 7, Data Challenges and Considerations. ABC's employee data reveals 3 significant challenges that limit actionable insights. Number 1, data hygiene issues. Over 62% of data entries are invalid, lacking key identifiers such as employee IDs and historical trends. Number 2, survey limitations. Uniformly distributed Likert scale responses fail to capture meaningful trends in employee sentiment. And number 3, impact on analysis. These challenges led to reduced dataset usability, only 38% retained post-cleaning, limiting the effectiveness of predictive models for performance and other objectives. This data gap is a critical bottleneck, preventing ABC from understanding and optimizing employee performance, satisfaction, and retention. Slide 8, Future Direction. Uncovering inequities in promotions and compensation. Our analysis revealed systemic issues in ABC's promotion and compensation policies. First, promotions are not based on merit. Despite 80% of employees receiving at least one promotion, our 2-sample t-test indicates no significant performance difference between promoted and non-promoted employees, with a p-value of 0.8782. And compensation disparities. Compensation trends are inconsistent with performance, education, or experience. For example, median salaries for high school graduates surpass those for PhD holders, reflecting a disconnect between qualifications and rewards. These inequities undermine morale and trust, reducing ABC's ability to retain and motivate high-performing employees. Slide 9, Conclusion and Summary. Performance modeling and strategic recommendations. Our predictive modeling efforts underscore the limitations of the current data set. First, limited predictive capability. Performance is moderately correlated with experience. Pearson correlation equals 0.58, but other factors show limited utility, resulting in a best R squared of 0.44. And strategic implications. The inability to model performance accurately highlights gaps in HR strategy. ABC risks underutilizing its workforce and hindering long-term growth unless these issues are addressed. So our recommendations are threefold. Number one, enhanced HR data strategy. Establish governance principles to ensure data accuracy, clean and repopulate data sets, and design improved surveys for workforce insights. Number two, compensation and promotion reform. Realign policies to reward merit and increase, fostering trust and engagement. And number three, refined predictive models. Leverage a robust data set to develop accurate tools for forecasting performance and retention. By addressing these challenges, ABC can transform its HR practices into a strategic advantage, prioritizing data quality improvements to enable actionable insights, implementing merit-based promotion and compensation structures to boost engagement and retention, and refining predictive tools to optimize decision-making and workforce planning. Our team is ready to support ABC's journey towards becoming a leader in workforce optimization and data-driven HR strategies. Thank you.